Hey, Jay with Works Connection. We're going to give you some tips on installing a Hinson FSC clutch kit into your bike. Nothing's better than a fresh clutch in your bike to give you that just rip out of the turns. Good deal. Simple kit that comes with good springs. Simple deal to install. So at this point, it's a good idea. I have a little bucket here that just keeps some, what was new oil. Just keeps some oil in there, and we just drop the plates individually one at a time so it gets oil in between each plate. And we let them soak there. It's a good idea to let them soak for at least 20-30 minutes. Longer is even better. And let the oil cover them all. And let them soak in there. One of the first things you want to do is drain the oil. Good idea to lay the bike over on its side on any of the bikes that you're doing. A little easier to work on. Simple deal. Remove all the bolts from the Hinson cover. So remove all the stock springs and bolts from the pressure plate here. You pull off the pressure plate. You can remove all the stock clutch plates. So we're pulling out our pre-soaked plate and we drop it right into place. We can start with the fiber plate, obviously, just like so. So now we're going to start with have our metal plate go second. And just keep going back and forth, each one. So there's our last plate in place. Install the pressure plate. And sometimes you got to turn it to where it falls in the notch. So we're going to go one more, right there. We're installing the Hinson springs. These are longer, but not just longer, they're stronger to hold up to the added clutch abuse. Install those like so. So at this point, we want to just tighten down our springs. Nice to work them down evenly. Make sure your springs stay straight on the washer. Get down about 3/4, 80% or so, and start bouncing around. Then go on over to the other side and do the same thing. Kind of rotate around the basket. Like here. Okay, so we're tightening these down. If you want to check torque, 9 to 10 foot-pounds is usually the range it's in. You want to check your owner's manual to get the proper torque specs for these bolts. It is common for guys to break these off. They get a spring bound up or they tighten one down before the others, and it's common to see a basket with one broken stud in the inner hub. So take your time, rotate around and tighten them all up. If you twist hard enough to turn the motor over, it's usually more than you're usually doing too much. Perfect. So at this point, we'll check our clutch play to make sure that nothing feels out of whack. On the Hinson cover, we make sure that our gasket is still properly in place. Set it on in place. Good idea to keep a little pressure on it right there. And you can start to take it down about 3/4, 80%. So at this point, I would go ahead and snug up right across each other. Okay, so that's all there is to installing the FSC kit. Like I said, nothing's better than a fresh clutch in your bike, so it's a good idea to check it regularly. Pretty simple to check it. Make sure the plates aren't looking purple or blackened and steel plates. That usually tells you, hey, you're burning up. Keep fresh oil in there. Changing it every ride or two will do more for your longevity of your clutch than anything. For more product information on this or any of the other products that Works Connection has for the Hinson stuff, visit us at worksconnection.com.